It's Alicia, also known as ValkiAli, and today we're doing Fearow makeup. It has been a little while since I recorded one of these because I don't really have time with school and everything, so I think I'm just going to record them on my days off and then post them every Tuesday because that's my days off, so we're going to have them for quite some time to upload these. But yeah, I'm going to, I guess, get into doing my makeup. We're doing Fearow today, as I said. I already have my hair back, I have my bangs back. I'm not cutting my bangs for a little while because I have not been able to get a bell wig because, for my bell costume, and so I'm just going to use my hair, but I need my bangs just to grow a little bit longer so I can actually be able to use them. I'm putting on the Aveeno Daily Moisturizing Lotion all over my face. But yeah, so I'm letting them grow out just a little bit until Halloween, and then I'm going to use them, which I will be going to the Pensacon Halloween Fest thing. That's what I'm going to be going to. So I don't know if anyone that watches me lives in Pensacola, but if you do and you happen to see me there, do say hi for sure, because I will also be vlogging the experience, because the other conventions I planned on going to, the vlogging opportunity was taken away. Alright. So I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Holy Hydration Face Cream because I really need hydrated skin. Because my skin can be a little rough sometimes. And as per usual, I will be using a foundation that is a little too dark for me, but we're not starting on the face just yet. I will put on some chapstick. It's the Sweet Papaya Lip Butter. It's actually quite nice. It's hard to get off with lotion on my hand, so there we go. Okay, so now we're going to start on the eyes first. Fearow and Fearow, I think that's how you pronounce it, and Fearow, they have very similar color palettes, but Fearow has a very, angular parts of him, more angular than his baby version of himself. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to just have to make him a little more angular in the way I'm doing it. I've been having all my stuff in a little bag because I have to take my makeup out to the living room and do my makeup in the morning so I don't wake up my fiance. Alright. So I'm going to take my e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. I'm just going to put that all over my lid. I'm going to take my finger, I'm going to blend it out. I'm going to blend it out pretty good. If you guys hear something in the background, that's Hurricane Sally. So this is some fun stuff in the background. Alright, so I'm going to go into the Morphe X James Charles palette. I'm going to grab this red shade, because if you didn't know, if you didn't look at him before, you look at him now. He has kind of a red, hair bit, and I'm going to take this red and I'm just going to stamp it on the outer part, and I will be building it up. And I'm going to blend it into a darker red, like a darker brownish to a lighter brownish color. It's going to be a matte lid, I believe. is how I'm going to want to do it. But at the same time, I could change my mind halfway through. And I do that a lot more often than people would think. Okay. Alright. Now that I've tapped that on my lid, I'm going to go into this shade right here. And I'm going to kind of tap that in between the two other, this shade, and then I'll blend it into the last one. Sorry if you guys see me looking over that way. It's just I can see through my window a little bit. Oh my God, I have a story to tell. When I tell y'all, this is a story for the century. I'm like actually not kidding. Okay, so now I'm going to go into shade Mocha in the Lorac Mega Pro 4 palette. This baby is getting used up, y'all. And I'm going to put that right here and kind of blend those two shades together. And then, okay, what I'm going to do is, okay, now I'm going to take this brush right here. It's got a little stuff on it. Okay, I'm going to take the darker brownish shade that I used before, this one right here. Just tap it lightly, and I'm going to blend the two shades together. And then I'm going to take some red, and I'm going to do the same thing. Okay, now I can tell you guys this story. So this was, well, it was kind of yesterday because it happened at like 12 o'clock in the morning, but it was a little bit earlier. I already told this story on my Instagram stories. If you guys watched those the other day, then you guys would know. But if you didn't watch them the other day, then you guys won't. Alright, now I'm going back into that darker brownish shade. I'm going to blend these two together. Okay, and I will get the angular bit later. Go into shade Mocha just a little bit. Kind of blend it in. There we go. Yeah. I think it looks pretty good so far. It's kind of making like an orangey shade right there, but that's okay. Okay, now I'm going to do the same in the other eye. And while I'm doing that, I don't really have to explain what I'm doing because I already just showed you guys what I did. So the other night, every bit I'm telling you is important for a reason. So I get out of the shower the other day, and when I get out of it, a bug flies right into my face. And I'm like, oh my God, there's a bug in the house. We need to find it and get it out of our house. And, well, not house, we live in an apartment. And I was like, so we need to get it out of the apartment complex, or get it out of our little apartment. And we look for it. My fiance's like, yeah, we did not find a bug. He's like, so I don't know where it is or what you think, but I don't see it. And I'm like, it's okay. Hopefully we'll find it later. I said, but I don't know what it was, and that's what I'm a little nervous about, because I don't know if, like, the cats kill it, if it's okay for them, because I have cats, and I don't want them to eat something they're not supposed to eat. I'm like, whatever. Okay. So we don't find it, and we lay down to go to bed that night. And then we are laying down for, like, maybe an hour or so, like, kind of just getting, like, you know, winding down and stuff. And then he hears the sound of the bug. He hears it like buzzing. He's like, oh my God, the bug's in here. I said, is it really? And he's like, yeah, listen. And I heard it. And so we're looking for it, and we find it. He got himself stuck inside of our windowsill. And we're like, oh, we got to get the little guy out. and like let him back into the wild. Because, you know, it's where the little buggies belong. And it's a June bug, so it would have been okay. But I didn't know, and I was a little nervous about that. So we're trying to get the bug out. There's this couple that lives a couple of buildings down from us, okay? This couple, we've seen them together all the time. Like, they're always with each other. They're all, they're like attached at the hip and stuff, but I get that because, like, that's the way me and my fiance are. If I go somewhere, we go, it's like a we thing. Like, we don't typically go somewhere without each other unless it's, you know, like we're just hanging out just with, like, a friend or something, or just going somewhere, then it'll be okay. But typically if we go anywhere, we go together. Unless, like, work. You can't really go to work with each other. But he works from home anyways. So, we get that, and then we see them, but they're, like, whisper yelling. You know, like, when people are, like, arguing with each other, but, like, pss, 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 really low, but you can hear that they're yelling still, but we couldn't make out what they were saying. That was the thing. We just couldn't make it out, but we knew they were arguing, and we're like, that's surprising, because they seemed like they were a pretty happy couple, but, you know, every couple has their problems, you know, but they were, like, one of them was really pissed at the other one. Like, this is, you know, they don't typically fight like this, so, you know, she's yelling at her girlfriend and everything, they're kind of yelling back at each other, back and forth, and then, well, so what happens is, one tries to get into the car, and the other one comes into the passenger seat, and they get in the car, they argue some more, and then they get out of the car, and they're kind of going back and forth like that for a little while. And then, one of them grabs the keys from the other one, and books it towards their back to their apartment. And then, we're like watching all this happen, and we got kind of distracted from the bug problem that we're trying to get it out. And so we were just kind of staring, like, what the fuck is going on? I mean, come on. You stare, right? It's just a thing. So, they're done arguing, eventually, because, I mean, they're inside their apartment. We don't know what's going on. And so we're back to focusing on getting the little buggy guy out. Well, he was stuck. We could not get him out. We tried everything we could. We tried to take a paper towel and, like, scoop him up. He just, like, kind of just shoved himself in there, and, like, he was stuck. There was nothing we could do except for, you know, we tried to help him the best we could. But we were not really able to help. But anyhow, they come back out, and they're arguing, but at this time, I'm like, nah, I'm going to lay down. Like, I'm tired. Like, I want to go to bed. It's, like, 12:30 in the morning at this time, and, you know, I have to go to work the next day, and I have schoolwork I have to wake up early and get done, and so I'm like, I'm gonna go lay down, and so I start laying back down and, like, relaxing, and then I hear my fiance say, what the fuck, Alicia? I said, what? He's like, this bitch is naked. I said, what did you just say? He said, this bitch is fucking naked. Quoting exactly. I'm like, what? And so I look. She's banging on the driver's side door, butt ass naked. Like, nothing on. Like, she had literally nothing on her at all. Butt ass naked, just banging on the door. And then the girl drives away, and the other one is chasing kind of after the car, but she's, like, crying. And so I grab a robe and shoes, and I'm booking it out there to, like, give her this robe. But she's already back in her apartment this time because I couldn't find her. But yeah, so I didn't think it was real. I was very confused for a moment. Yeah, so that was my night the other night. I saw a butt-ass naked person at 12:30 in the morning. This is also the apartment complex that I live in that has been swatted behind me. There is somebody, I believe, I don't know what it is. I think it's just a crash pad for his, like, sugar babies or something, because he shows up only rarely, and when he does, he has, like, young girls. He's, like, in his, like, late 40s, early 50s. He has a wedding ring on, but they're all, like, different girls. He has a type, I'll tell you that much. They are all very petite tiny brown-haired girls, all of them. But they all are different. He has a new car every other month, and they're all nice cars, like they're brand new cars. So this guy has money, and this apartment complex is cheap. So this is not where he lives, because he only shows up rarely. Yeah, so this is not where he lives. I don't know where he lives, but I don't think any of those people are his wives, because unless he gets married every other week. Yeah, and some of them stay here. Like, they'll be down there, but he won't be here. But they'll be here. So it's a little weird sometimes. Yeah, so that's the apartment complex I live in. I didn't know that when I moved here. I never had a chance to even view the apartment until the day we moved in, because we live 4 hours away and we weren't able to take off of work to come down here to check out the apartment. So there's that. Now I'm going to use my foundation. It is a couple of shades too dark for me, because typically I have time to go outside during the summer and like go to the beach and the pool, and so I get tanned, but I don't have that opportunity. So this is my when I'm tan foundation, but it's going to go bad eventually, and I can't really have that happen, as you see, because I can just use this for my makeup stuff, because I'm not going out anywhere. So the only people that are going to see me are YouTube videos and Instagram. Yeah. And I'm going to blend all this out. And I'm going to make sure I get my ears, because if your ears are not the same shade as your face, it's, I don't know, it looks weird. Also, I have a cosplay coming in very, very soon. It's shipped out and everything. And the wig and the shoes, because I even bought, like, Canon shoes, because it'll work for other cosplays I have. Because those shoes will work with my Kakiguri cosplay. I just hope that they're comfortable, and I hope that I ordered the right size, because if I didn't, I'll have to get a different size. But I looked at their sizing chart, and I ordered a half a size a little too big, because I plan on wearing tights with them, with all my cosplays and stuff, which I also need to go buy fashion tape for one of my cosplays, because I have a few different ones. I don't know which ones I'm going to wear to conventions, though, because I also have enough to wear to Anime Expo next year. I just need to make sure you know, I have, because it's like a 4-day convention, and as of right now, I have 2 cosplays that fit me properly. I have one that if I lost like 10 pounds, it would probably fit me. So I'm working on that. I try to stop eating after like 6, 7 o'clock. So it works a little though, yeah. It's kind of like fasting, essentially. But when I get home from work, I don't eat now, which sucks, because I worked all day and I've expelled a bunch of energy. Like, I've been running around being a server. It's a very physically taxing job. You know, some people are like, I don't get how servers can be annoyed working 5-hour shifts. You know, when a typical place is 9 to 5, and I'm like, well, those 9 to 5 jobs, typically you're on, like, you're sitting, like, down at a desk, and, you know, it's more mentally taxing than physically. Actually, being a server is also mentally taxing, too, because dealing with people and making sure they're happy, doing customer service and doing a physical job is a lot of work. So I'm like, of course we're going to be, like, exhausted after 5 hours. We're running around like maniacs, like chickens with our heads cut off at all times, because if we don't, Karen in the corner over there is going to bitch and whine and want to talk to a manager because I didn't get her fish out to her fast enough. So yeah, that's why. right there. I have a piece of hair on my face because my cats. But yeah, right now I have, I'll have 3 if this one fits me properly and I don't have to get it changed out. I don't think I will because I ordered correctly off their sizing chart. Because I have my measurements because I made a cosplay before. And I have my measurements. And yeah, but I will be reviewing it when it comes in and everything, whenever that will be. And then the next time I have off, I will be doing the cosplay itself. Like, dressing up and everything. And I would like to go out and actually do it. I could get some photos and stuff. Because I don't have any photos of any of my cosplays. Like, I have photos of me just setting up my phone and, you know, doing the, you know, posing the best I can. But I want to actually go get photos taken. And I want to do that for all of my cosplays that I have. Right, now I'm going to contour. And I'm going to use the LA Girl Pro Concealer. I'm going to put just push it just a tiniest bit out. And then some right here. JoJo nose. My JoJo nose. I'm seeing how it would look if I added a little bit more contouring to my nose. I just want to see. It could look like crap. Who knows? Ooh. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, dear God. Okay, well, I'll put some foundation on the top. I look like I've given myself a neck beard. None of my coworkers know what a neck beard is, and I feel so weird being the only one that knows what that term is. And I'm like, do you know what a nice guy is? And they're like, no, what's a nice guy? And I'm like, oh my God, how do you guys not know what nice guys are? So they don't know these terms, and I'm like, you guys are around my age. You guys should have learned these terminologies by now. I thought they had those kind of memes on your Facebooks. I don't know. Do they have nice guy memes on Facebook? I don't use Facebook, so I couldn't tell you. The only thing I ever use Facebook for is to enter Mick costume giveaways that I never win. Alright. Well, as you guys may be able to tell, I put a little bit too much on that side. The other side was okay. It's just this side that does not want to cooperate. So I will fix this up right here really quick like. Okay. There we go. Much better. Now I gotta conceal. Don't feel. Well, first things first. I'm going to grab this thing. This is a LA Color Conceal Correct, which is just a correcting concealer. Surprise. And I have shade yellow because I use that for my under eyes. I'm going to take it and I'm going to put a dot here and a dot here, a dot here, and like a dot right there. Then I've only used it with my fingers, so I don't know how it's going to work with the sponge. And I use just the tiniest bit of color correcting because I don't need a shit ton. But you see how much it already helped? Like, but you don't need to like put it everywhere all over your face. And then when it comes to concealer, I do just a dot on the inner corner, a few dots on the outer corner, nose, down the bridge of my nose, and then okay. Then I need to grab my powder, which will be the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Powder, which I've used quite a bit of it so far, because, you know, I use it to set my under eyes every day when I do my concealer for my mask and stuff, for my mask makeup that I do. Alright, now I'm going to grab my sponge again, and I'm going to tap my chin. I'm going to tap my nose just the tiniest bit to kind of add a little, like, button look to it. Then I'm going to add one of them, yeah, I ordered, so when I came to my cosplay, I ordered one that I was, like, really excited for, and I waited on for months and months and months. I thought they lost it in the mail. Well, what ended up happening, it, like, showed up eventually. And it's a little tight. Like, I can get into it, but I don't know if I could sit in it. If, like, I don't know what's going on. I thought about maybe going to somebody to just alter it just a little bit, just to, because I can take things in, because I can add darts, but I don't know how to put more stuff on it. So I'd have to bring it to somebody to get it, like, fixed up, if I wanted to do that. Which I honestly think I might. I'll have to see how expensive it would be, but I might do that. Who knows? Alright, so I'm going to take the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Powder, and I always set my under eyes first, because I don't want them to crease up. Okay. The video is going to be max. Alright, I'm back. I just had to stop it for just a second because I know it's going to tell me video file is about to get too big because it won't let you record for longer than 30 minutes. So, I figured that out. Right now I'm going to set my neck. Which, I will be using my phone to vlog and everything, and so I don't know how the audio quality will be when I'm out in public, because I've never tried it before. I've only ever, recorded in my house. I've never recorded outside. I want to one day get, like, a nicer camera. Trying to convince my fiance to let us do that one time, but I try often, because it would help his business out too, to have, like, a nicer camera. And I want one that, like, I can take with me when I'm, like a smaller one that's I can use also for vlogging, and it'll just have nicer photos and everything, and I can also use for cosplay photos. I can bring it with me on those days, obviously, to vlog, and it'll have more space, and I won't have to delete everything on my phone, because I know that's what I'm probably going to have to do for Pensacon, is I'm just going to have to delete all of my apps that I have on my phone until after the fact. Like, I'm going to keep just literally Instagram and YouTube, and then that, and then YouTube Studios, and that's probably all I'll keep on my phone. And I'm going to delete every single picture in my phone except for, like, the ones of my cat that passed away. Those are the only ones I'll always keep. So, and I have everything backed up to my Google, like, photos and stuff, but I just don't want to risk it for some reason getting lost. The other ones I'm okay with, because I can always screenshot my photos off Instagram if I need to and whatnot. Alright, so I've set my entire face. Now what I'm going to do, I want to do my under eye finally. Okay, so I'm going to need this one for all the little spikes, and I'm going to need this one for the other part. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this palette, because if you haven't noticed, Fearow does have a little bit of pink on it, and so I'm going to take this like lighter pink shade right here, like kind of really build it up on my brush, because it is really light in color, and I'm going to take it and I'm going to pat it on the inner part of my eye. And then it is showing up. I don't know if it's showing up on camera because it is a little lighter. I'm just tapping the crap out of it. Alright. And I'm gonna do it a couple more times, just build it up. You guys, I know every time I move, you guys can see what's behind me, and it's just a bunch of laundry baskets. I need to go do laundry, but being that there's an impending hurricane and more hurricane to happen. All right, now I'm going to grab red, the red shade I grabbed before. I'm going to hit it just on the outer part and then blend it in between. You know, okay. That was weird. I'm not going to cut that out because that was just a weird experience. Because there's a mechanic on my ring light that you can lock it into place, and I did that. Okay. So I've blended this out now. And now with Fearow, I'm going to take that red shade that I've been using and take it on this really tiny brush. And I'm going to flick it out a bunch, like, because he has a bunch of little hairs on him. I don't think I'm going to match the sides, just because I don't feel like it, because I feel like that would be too much work. And I'm just going to build it up. I think I could do 4 on the other side too. Let's see. They're not exactly identical, but it's okay. And I'm kind of putting just a tiny bit of red in between the lines. So I'm kind of like blending it out essentially. And then I'm taking the red and I'm just defining certain parts of it. Like that. I look psychotic. Now I'm going to take some of the black shade in this palette and I'm just going to work it right there and then right here. I'm going to do that on the other side. Psycho. Okay. Now I'm going to do mascara and all that. I had to throw away my Wet n Wild Mega Length mascara because it got old. I even tried to save it with the eye drop trick. It didn't work. Not for that one at least. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to use the Great Lashes, Lots of Lashes mascara. Trying not to open my mouth a bunch when I do it. Okay, now I'm going to hit the bottom lashes. Oh god, okay, it's all, there we go. Nope, my forehead is just messing it all up. I look crazy, I look crazy. And I'm gonna do like a neutral lip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. The storm's getting a little more intense. Alright, now let me put mascara on the other side. The other side of me, whoa. I do need to, I don't know, take a break eventually from wearing makeup because I can tell when my eyelashes have like still leftover mascara on them and it's kind of like a buildup essentially for a little while. So I think from like Thursday to Saturday this upcoming week, I'm just not going to wear any mascara or like any makeup in general. Okay, I will be right back. I have to grab a Q-tip because I'm doing something different for makeup this time. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to take a Q-tip. Obviously, that's what I have to go do. I'm going to grab my water. I'm going to spritz the end of the Q-tip a little bit. I'm going to take the Q-tip on the wet side. And I'm going to run it across my eyebrows. Because my eyebrows now have like a bunch of foundation on them and like powder on them. And I've seen, and like your eyebrows can look a little funky if you don't remove the foundation off of them. So, then I'm going to grab this other do it again on the other side. Okay. Okay. Now that I removed all that off my eyebrows, they do look a little bit better. But I am still going to fill them in. But they're saying like when you fill them in and everything, and you don't remove like the foundation, it can look kind of weird and it can become clumpy. And I was like, yeah, I can see that. Alright, so I have my clear mascara for my eyebrows out. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab the shade Cedar and I'm going to draw that line underneath my brow as I always do. I'm going to run it across and then I'm going to take the powder and I'm just going to push it upwards. The powder, that the line I drew on the bottom. I'm going to push it upwards because then it fades into kind of like a natural brow and it has that defined feature to it that I like. I don't know, this is how I like to do my brows. I've enjoyed it. I don't care if it's not the right way to do it or if it looks bad to somebody else because I think it looks quite nice. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. This brow, however, I need to actually draw and like fill in the tail because if I don't, it can look a little funky. And not like funky fresh, like funky, you know what I mean? Like some of the people I work with. Now my eyebrows look pretty good, I think. Okay, so grab this. Because I've noticed eyebrows are like if you don't like them, like people let you know they don't like them. There is like a really weird trend that is like going around right now, and I'm like, It's where they take all the brow hair and they just push it all of them up. Like all of them up. I've never seen anyone do it. Like in real life, I just see like Instagram people do it. I don't know. Okay. And there's this thing people get called laminating their brows. I don't understand what that is. Something I am like a little nervous about is because I want to use my clear mascara when I do cosplays, like just change my brow color and then just set them with this, but I don't know how that's going to work. So then, well, the next person I'm going to cosplay is Toru Hyundai from Fruits Basket, and she has brown hair, so my eyebrows will work just fine. So I'm just doing them like this. They're a little thick for an anime character, but I like my brows thicker. Also, I've been trying to figure out what that like line is permanently on my face. I don't it's not a scar. I think it's a wrinkle. A wrinkle. Okay. Give myself my wrinkles, that's all. So, I'm going to take this bright blush. It's from Milani. And it is in, oh god. It's in shade Coralina. I don't know how to pronounce it. I think I had that problem with this name before. So I'm going to take this brush right here. This brush is from Dollar General. I've had since high school. And I'm going to just lightly tap. Because this thing is vibrant. So you got to be real careful with it. All right. And I'm going to just smile. And I like to build shades up. And the reason I'm using this for blush again is because it's like kind of denser. And I like that for my blush. Because I like, as we know, a very strong blush. But not as strong as last week's. Oh, I thought my makeup bag was dropping. It was just my cat walking by me. She's a little black cat, and so like when it shadows and stuff around me and she walks, it scares the shit out of me because I'm like, oh my god, a ghost. It's a ghost. And I'm like, it's coming for me. I pissed it off finally. Alright. Bless me. Alright, I'm gonna take my nose and I'm gonna put some blush on my nose. Because I like a blushed nose. Because I like to look like a little magical girl. Tap off the excess. I always start in the apples of my cheek and blend out. There we go. I like the way that looks. It looks quite nice. Now let me put this back where it belongs, because I don't want it sitting out, because the little plastic part that like, kind of protected it is currently gone. Alright. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the thing I'll be highlighting with, and that is going to be this highlighter right here. I've had it since like 2017, so not high school, but had it for a very long time. I'm trying to get rid of it. I just don't really want to support this company anymore, because also like their products recently, it doesn't seem like they're trying with them, and so I don't know. Alright, I'm gonna pop just a little bit on the inner corner and then take some on my brow bone. And when companies stop trying, I don't know. Also, I have found like highlighters for like less than this that are amazing. The next highlighter I want to try once I'm done with this one is I want to try the Master Chrome from Maybelline. I really like the Wet n Wild ones. I don't know about their highlighter duo, because they have a blush highlight duo they came out with. I don't know if it's the same formula. I know nothing about it, because I don't buy any makeup that often. I typically buy it like once a year. Alright, except for like the necessities that I need, which I'm almost out of concealer. I'm going to need that soon. But I'm trying to wait till like I'm absolutely out almost. Like I only have like one use left before I buy anymore. So I can just buy everything I need at one time. Okay, so I'm going to take the highlight on the brush and I'm going to spritz it with a little bit of water. And I'm going to just, ooh, yeah, boy, yeah, boy. Look at how pretty. Blinding. Then you gotta kind of blend it out some, so there's no harsh lines. And then I'm gonna take the extra and I'm gonna put it right here and right here and right here and right here. Cause I like a shiny nose. Cause I'm me and I can do what I want. Okay. Now I'm going to run it across again. And then okay, we'll focus on it. I like the highlighter quite a bit. It's just, I can't justify the cost or like, you know, continuing to endorse the company. Like, it's a nice highlighter, but their recent products, they don't seem like they really care. They're trying. Also, I can't really support like some of the other stuff that they've done. If you guys know anything about Nikki tutorials, you guys would know. That situation's a little fucked up. Someone bought that for me. I didn't buy it. Alright. So I'm using shade Toffee Talk. Okay, now I'm going to take my bangs down, brush my hair out, and then I'm going to take some photos. So yeah, I'm going to go now. I hope everyone has a good rest of their day. Be good people, drink plenty of water, follow me on twitch.tv/ValkiAli. I've hit affiliate finally, but I'm waiting on my tax information to be approved. So waiting on that. But I did commission somebody for a emote and some stuff. I haven't been streaming this week though because I've been behind on schoolwork, and school is a little more important to me. But you can also find me on Instagram. You can always talk to me there. I'm always kind of posting and interacting with people there. You can also find me on Twitter it's at Mistress Cynical, but you can also look up ValkiAli and you'll find me there too. I hope everyone has a good rest of the day. Be good people. Do plenty of good things. Drink plenty of good water. Say one nice thing about yourself and somebody else. Bye.